Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't already tell, this is going to be a different type of video, kind of just documenting my experience of having a tonsillectomy and uvulectomy. And if you're somebody out there who's kind of on the edge of whether or not they should get it or should not get it, just want to let you know it's not that bad. If you have 2 weeks to yourself to just kind of heal, you should be fine. Just to give you a little bit of background as to why I got this procedure, I was having tonsillitis frequently, a couple times a year, which is not good. Every time I got it, it put me in the ER. It was that bad. My uvula was very enlarged. It was very big. It was causing me to start to snore, which wasn't good. I couldn't breathe as well. And yeah, there was just a bunch of reasons as to why we wanted to get them out. So if you're new to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. That would mean a great deal to me. You'd be doing a good service. You'd be doing your good service for the day. With that said, I hope this video helps you in any way possible, and I will speak to you guys very soon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a bit of a different video. This is going to be a vlog of my tonsil removal and uvula removal procedure. That's going to happen in about a day from now. Right now, I'm picking up some solid foods because I'm not going to be able to have them after my procedure. So I'm just eating all the good foods before my procedure. All the good foods. Yummy. I know there's a lot of videos online of people documenting this process in order to comfort other people who are about to have the same procedure. So for any of you youngins out there, or even grown adult people who just want to feel more comfortable with the procedure, I hope after you watch this, you realize that it's not that bad and feel more comfortable about getting the procedure done. Watch it be like really bad now that I said that, and like the rest of this video is just me talking about how torturous it is. If it is, I'm just gonna leave this part in, or regardless, I'm just gonna leave this part in, but yeah, so enjoy. Hey guys, it's the morning of my surgery, and I just got off the phone with my anesthesiologist. She asked me all the questions necessary before I go into my surgery. So now I just got to drive to the hospital and get her done. And then once I'm done, it's going to be like a 10-day recovery, is what I'm told. So yeah, let's go get it. Just got more paperwork to do, and then we're all set. Ooh. They got me locked up. They try to take me out. Look at this. They got me in a fishnet, looking like a chef. Oh. Soon I'll be getting the first part of my anesthesia, and then I'll be knocked out. So the next time you will be seeing me, sorry, paparazzi taking pictures. The next time you will be seeing me is after my surgery. So, talk to you guys later. Ciao, buona fortuna, have a good one.
It's getting worse because of the new anesthesia model, and now they want to like fix MRI and do additional things, and I'm like, that means you're taking 6 nurses on 2 days.
All right, so I'm going to pause it right there. So this right here is me the day I came back from the procedure. If you notice, I'm not talking. I won't be talking for the next few clips just because it helped with the pain significantly for me not to talk, and I wasn't a big fan of the painkillers. So anything I could do to reduce pain without taking the pain meds, I did. Now, the first day I got back, this is actually quite interesting, okay? For most people, you should be fine. As soon as you get back from the hospital, you should be spitting up maybe a little bit of blood, but it should go down. The bleeding should stop after you chew a little bit of ice or just anything cold to reduce swelling, okay? In my case, a blood clot had formed, and that blood clot was blood was seeping out from that blood clot. There was an artery there pumping out blood, okay? So we were so concerned that I had been spitting up like 10 hours past the procedure that we went back to the ER. And while in the ER, the blood clot completely bursted, and it felt like there was a hose in the back of my throat spurting out blood. Now I'm going to throw some images up of what it looked like, but basically what they had to do was do an emergency cauterization while I was in the room. Usually they would take you to the OR, the operating room, But instead the guy, because I didn't want to go under again and anesthesia and stuff like that, so I just told the guy, no, do like what you can now, like do what you can here. And he was a little bit uncomfortable with it, but we ended up doing it in the room. And in these pictures, I am in a little bit of shock. It was quite painful. Yeah, so that's a bucket of blood right there. You can't tell, but I'm very lightheaded. I was definitely spewing out blood. It was definitely an experience I will remember for the rest of my life. But that was the only time there was ever a huge complication like that. We had a scare a little bit later, but for the most part, that was it. Okay, so this is day 2. As you can see, I'm motioning to the camera that I can't talk. It's still very painful. I'm drinking a lot of liquids, but for the most part, you know, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing okay. My brain's still a little bit fuzzy from the pain meds they have me on. I'm very low energy. I'm not used to the caloric deficit that my body's taking. I was bulking and eating a lot of calories before I did this procedure. So having to cut off and have no food for 10 days after this procedure was very tough for me. Or no, like hearty, solid foods was very tough for me. So here we are, day 3. I'm sitting on the couch here. I haven't left my house. The days are starting to blur together because I'm having a little bit of a hard time sleeping. But as far as pain goes, it's not that bad. The pain is steadily increasing as the scabs are hardening. But for the most part, I'm fine. Now, unfortunately, I had to film a lot of this on my phone, and I ended up losing a lot of the footage that I took. I lost day 5 all the way to, I think, day 11. But there's nothing that happened that I can't sum up right now. So days 4 and 5 were okay. They were the same as the other days. They were fine. Pain wasn't that bad. Everything was good. You know, I still wasn't talking, but for the most part, everything was fine. Drinking a lot of liquids, obviously. Days 6 and day 7 were some of the roughest days. The scabs became really hard, and some of like bits of them were falling off. It was a little bit harder to swallow. I definitely didn't want to be talking during this time. It was very painful. But after day 7, after day 8, after day 9, that pain started to go down a little bit. I could start eating more solid foods like macaroni and cheese. I could eat a little bit of rice here and there. But yeah, and at this point, I had lost a lot of weight. At around day 8, I was down about 9 pounds, actually. Overall, I lost around 10 or 11 pounds throughout this entire procedure. And that just goes to show what a mostly liquid diet can do to you, especially if you're a young stallion like your boy right here, you know? Hey guys, so it's day 12 since the procedures, and I'm feeling good. I can talk pretty clearly now. Some like sounds where I have to use the back of my throat still kind of hurt, and I can still bleed, which is something that I found out the other day. A scab fell off and an artery opened up, and I was bleeding like hardcore, and I thought I had to go back to the emergency room, but I just put gargled some cold water and continued to, for some reason it feels a little swollen right now still, but I gargled some cold water. I was able to stop the bleeding, so I didn't need to go to the ER, which was good, because I really didn't want to get resutured again, because that's another 10 days I have to wait before I can, you know, get back to being me. So yeah, things are looking good. I can eat foods now, and yeah, so. And that brings us to today. It's been about a month since my procedure, and I feel great. I feel amazing. A few differences to note is that, one, I no longer have a uvula, which feels very weird, actually. It feels a lot weirder than you would assume. I no longer have the dangling thing in the back of my throat, so certain sounds I can't make anymore, certain accents I can't do. It's harder to sing. Some of you guys might not know this, but I sing like quite a bit, and it's harder to do that now. I will say though, the upsides to having your tonsils and your uvula taken out is that I have no more instances of tonsillitis, which is great, because every time I've had tonsillitis, it's put me in the ER, and it's just been brutal. Tonsillitis, if you've had it, is probably one of the reasons why you're getting your tonsils out to begin with. If not, then just regular breathing problems. But tonsillitis is the worst. It's so bad. If any of you out there have had tonsillitis, know what I'm talking about. But so no more tonsillitis. My breathing is a lot better. I can breathe a lot easier. I'm not snoring. Not that that was a big problem to begin with, but I was snoring a little bit, but I'm no longer snoring at all. And yeah, everything seems to be solid. It was a good procedure. It's not that bad. Any of you people out there want to get the procedure, do it. It's fine. You'll be fine. If you have tonsillitis, just go get the procedure. It's not a big deal. Just make sure you have people around you just in case anything were to go wrong, because you're not allowed to drive while you're on pain meds. So if you have somebody who can like watch over you for like 2 weeks, then you'll be fine. Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was helpful in any way. And yeah, have a good one. And I will be back tomorrow with our regularly scheduled program. Peace.